I went to undergraduate at Columbia University, where I was a film major. I did stay involved in journalism after working on my high school paper. I worked not for the Columbia Daily Spectator, which is the reputable, respectable daily. I worked for something called The Federalist. We abbreviated it to the Fed. It was sort of the alternative commentary humor paper. Um, and I'm glad I did that because I actually got my standard education on how to write a really good inverted pyramid lead in journalism school later, and that gave me kind of the confidence and the pizzazz and style sensibility that I think have served me well for the rest of my adult writing career. But it wasn't until I got to graduate school at Northwestern that obviously I really dug into writing and figuring out who I was, so to speak. It was a little bit of an accident that I ended up there at all. I applied after undergraduate to a bunch of writing programs because I knew that no matter what I was doing, I wanted to be a paid writer forever. So I did a couple of creative writing programs, a couple of screenwriting programs, and I threw in one journalism school. I did not apply to Columbia Journalism School on purpose because I wanted to try a different institution. And Northwestern was the only place I got in. Of course, I aimed high. I didn't really have any safeties. So I said, I guess it's fate. I'm going to give this a whirl. And I have not looked back. What really helped me about journalism school, and frankly, it's a journey I continue to be on. Part of the curse of somebody who sometimes feels like she's screenwriting reality, going back to my childhood watching movies, I used a lot of adjectives and adverbs when I first started reporting. And now it's funny to see myself now as an editor, just like mercilessly slashing the adjectives and adverbs out of copy. But, that's just like what they sort of drill into you. I know that journalism school nowadays is kind of out of fashion, not least because it's horribly expensive, just as it was then. But, for me at that time in my life, it was what I needed. It gave me that like really fast and furious education, how to write spare. And it's a loaded word, but for an objective audience, just in 1 year.